Hey everybody, this is AG here. Sorry about the abrupt ending of the previous one. It was kind of weird. Like my computer kind of freaked out a little bit. But this is the bomb trial, much like the magnesis trial. We're gonna get a bomb. A bomb that can be detonated remotely. So, yeah, I saw the press up to show that. So there were two types of bombs in the game. One, there are these square bombs, like you just pick them up and they kind of like stick around, as it were. But the round bombs, which are the more, as the people know, can roll, and they can be useful for different situations. Mostly the fact that while one is recharging, like this, you can immediately switch to the other one and use that one, even though the other one is still like in its recharging phase, as it were. Traveler's Claymore. Dang it. Oh. Thanks, game. Yeah. As you can see, those ones are usually stay in place, while the rounded ones, we throw them kind of roll around before actually getting it going. I've seen some people bomb through the wall. On to get to that early, but I am not skilled enough or intelligent enough to even like figure out how that works. Now we get a little bit of a tutorial section on piston like platforms. I could send you over. So you could get chest full of amber. Yeah. Caramel. So it says right in the item. Like it wasn't some like weird like thing. It says fossilized resin with a caramel-esque sheen. I was like reading that. I was like, caramel. Are you serious? And double check to see that it's done. Yeah. Now we have two. Now we get sent out. I double checked to see if we got all the chests there. And we did. Still looking at a weird strand of hair that somehow got wrapped around my power cable. Not sure how that happened. It's like I'm just looking down. It's like this massive clump of hair It's not even like the color, not even my color of hair. I'm like, what is? Um. So as you could have noticed from the first shrine that we did, right outside of it is stuff that can help you learn how to fight, how to adequately use your bombs. It's not just this, but there's also the one back by the lake area that we have to go grab. Still got it. I got that one so late. Like I'm not even sure like ow. I just down 2 apples really quickly. Which damage did that do? I have no idea. Nothing, I missed. Oh, that's cheating. Setting his weapon on fire so it does more damage. Boko's spear. Wanted to at least have it in my not index, but like wanted to have it on record. And I died. Like, and it kills you. And it, at this point, kills you in 1 hit. So like you could see why I was being very cautious around those guys. That one that's like right up at the top right there is the next one we're going to be going to. Probably not in this episode, but we're going to be going to that one relatively soon. Okay. Let's wear the Nintendo Switch shirt for a little bit. I actually completely forget that this is even in the game. So, like, the second I saw that up on top of the roof, I'm like, oh yeah! Got them. Oh, that was a bit the handle. I'm debating on if I want to grab a spear. I like how this common sword is worse than a rusted over sword. Found that kind of funny. So I keep picking up every single rock I come across because there's a chance that something could be under it. And it's not like I'll like check every nook and cranny for those Koroks. It's not just that. You could find rupees. You could find critters under them just randomly. I took a piece of damage and might as well eat an acorn to sustain myself. gonna hunt a few more critters in this tall grass. I'm a regular Pokemon hunter. Speaking of which, the trailer for the new Pokemon games came out recently. I'm very excited. Like, not just because... Whoops. Killed that cricket. Not just because they're going to England. But because the game looks kind of interesting. And this is the first time that we're, like, going into a Pokemon game without really knowing too much about it. Like, we got a map. We were told that it's England. But at the end of the day, that's basically all we know. Like, we don't really know plot structure. We don't really know, like, how the enemy team is. But then again, it was just a demo-like trailer. Oh, another useful thing. Bombs? Bomb fishing. You'll let your inner redneck out and you go fishing with dynamite. More amber. Might as well. Don't want to travel. Might as well get rid of that one too, since we've already been there. Yeah, as you can see, there isn't too much to bomb. My only idea is that they wanted you to actually like use bombs to just whittle down the health of the desecrated guardians, but as I've shown, like, if you have really good timing, you should be able to take them out pretty efficiently. Where there's a campfire, there's usually a camp, meaning that there were some enemies over there. I gotta grab something for later. It's okay though. I ran a little too fast. Oh well. How many shields there have? Full? Okay. I'll dump that one to grab these. So, you'll oftentimes find these beehives, and hitting it like that will attack the nearest enemy, which sometimes is you. Other times it's the enemies around you, and you could have done it that way. But mostly what you get from it is this. Bee honey. Is very useful because it's got a because it's got a it's got ugh, don't know why I'm stumbling over like all my words. It's got a stamina recovery effect. These fireflies that I've been getting, you could put into elixir for stealth. That's pretty interesting. Here is a new type of mushroom. These exclusively grow on the side of rocks. Rushroom. Increases your speed. So, I didn't show it off clearly before, but if you're, like, climbing and you run out of stamina, what will oftentimes happen is that you just completely fall. It's oftentimes pretty terrible. Let's grab a few of the stemella shrooms that are in this area. It's honestly like the most useful mushroom out of all of them. Like a little crock emplacement. You can see that camp over there. Gonna try to ruin that. Okay, it's 4. Sun is starting to rise. What a great pigeon. He's doing his best. Before we do that, let's check out this cabin. And this appears to be the old man's house, because this is where he goes to sleep. You know, when he's not sleeping over there or hiding out near the cave, or... You know what? Today I'll do myself truly. I created a perfect dish. I call it the spicy meat and seafood fry. This recipe not only restores health, but also keeps me warm, even when traveling in the snowy mountains. With this dish on my side, I no longer have to have need of that warm doublé, which is actually how it's pronounced. It's called a doublé because it's French. I do not know how I allowed this to happen, but it seems I forgot to write down a very important recipe. I know it contained raw meat and spicy pepper. I simply cannot remember what else I used. My age is catching up to me. Sadly, on this lowly plateau, I only have my own knowledge and memory to rely on. Still, if I did find someone who knew the missing ingredient, I would happily reward them with my warm doublé. However, it seems unlikely such a miraculous dish will ever be fulfilled. Dude? Okay, so you know it contains meat. And you know it contains pepper. And you called it the seafood fry. Oh, Potland. Basically useless, but at least it's a shield. The shadow for the Korok goes away when I'm not looking at it because he despawns. So let's take meat, seafood, and our newly acquired pepper. Cook it. Spicy meat and seafood fry. There we go. Oh ho. Wait, dude. So we meet again. What are you doing? I was just about to cut down a few trees over there. We'll have to talk later. Okay, I'll wait. I'll go over there and I'll interact with them so I could show off the wood chopping tutorial. You okay there, dude? However, getting a tree to fall exactly where you want it is quite an art. The trick is to turn your hips so that they face where you want the tree to land. So, I see you found my axe. Why not help me out by giving it a few swings? I'm working up quite a sweat here, but these bones could choose a break. Acorn. Wood. So this wood comes in handy. Cutting down an apple tree drops all of its apples. So you can collect them easier. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly cut down, Korok leaf. A single swing of this giant sturdy leaf can create a gust of wind. And the game isn't kidding. Like, this leaf, which in the, which is only rated for one attack, makes a gust of wind that just goes out. A heavy gust of wind like that. But I'm gonna drop it because I don't really need it. right now at least. I am gonna need a few of them as the game goes on, but not right now. I'm gonna cut down a few trees, gather some acorns. I did kind of like the idea that I was chasing him down to talk to him. Then he goes, "Oh, you already found my axe. Okay, never mind then." So, because I made a tree land on the other side, I could sort of, like, cross over this way. And I wish that there was more platforming moments like that in the game. There isn't really. Boko Spear. Push. This apple tree has a lot of apples in it. Let's just quickly cut this down for the wood. For the apples. You are going to need a lot of apples in this game. So I was basically using the woodcutter's axe, but you could effectively just use bombs. The only problem with that is that if you use a bomb, it will oftentimes not work out well for you if you're trying to actually get the thing that is on top of the tree. Those butterflies clinging to the rock like that was very useful. Let's just blow up these rocks to get this chest. Fire arrows. Let's... I don't want to say quickly, but let's go over here again. I pointed out the shrine that's up on top of that cliff, but it's pretty high up. Like, there is a way to climb that if you make the right things and you have some stamina restoring items to get up there. But I kind of don't want to do that right now. Instead, I want to talk to him. I cooked something. Wait, is that? That looks just like my signature perfect dish, the spicy meat and seafood fry. But how did you... I suppose this is not so important. Can I trouble you to share the recipe? Oh, of course, Hyrule Bass. How could I have forgotten that in a seafood dish I needed seafood? Well done. Well done. Allow me to reward your culinary efforts with this warm doublé. Warm doublé. With that, you'll be able to resist the bite of colder environments. As for me, I know a great spicy meat and seafood fry recipe, so I can do without a warm doublé. Basically, he basically gave me a thing that if you look over onto the left of Link, there is a temperature gauge. The orange part is where Link starts getting overheated, and the blue part, well, yeah, the bluish part is stands for when he's getting a little bit too cold. Wearing this warm doublé gives me cold resistance, which is shown by the snowflake going down, and it also lowers the amount that it lowers that little bar, meaning that I can withstand colder environments by just wearing it. I'm gonna wear the Nintendo Switch shirt for a little bit longer because because I personally have actually forgotten to get it in my own game. So I'm gonna just wear it around for a little bit. I'm gonna take out these guys really fast. Whoops. There we go. Okay, there we go. Get a little bit more of their seared steak. Use a two-handed item to open up chests. Oh, sorry, crates. I only got 8 pieces of wood. You know, a lot more than that. Throwing spear. Now I'm gonna throw this. I like that moment that the game despawns the item so I can load in that. Right over here you can notice that there is quite a like effigy, and if we look in you can see a little chest in there, but you can also see a bee's nest over there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna be a little careful with fire. I'm gonna burn that. And we're gonna take the bee's nest out. Whack. Whack. 2 hits takes those out. All the stamina healing items. Bomb arrows. Okay, so we now have 4 types of arrows, various different types of items, plethora of shields, like all this stuff, and we're effectively not even at the tutorial. Like most Zelda games, you would have this amount of stuff at the end of the game, like when you're about to like fight the final boss, like amount of items. I could farm for more trees. Actually, do you know what? I am gonna do that. I needed to end the episode anyway, so I'll end the episode here and then get back to you after I've farmed all the trees around here. See you guys later.